Welcome to New Hampshire's Business. I'm Fred Coker. A New Hampshire-based venture capital group will write checks between $250,000 to $2.5 million for private sector innovation that's in the national interest. In the national interest. Let me say that again. New North Ventures, based in Manchester, New Hampshire, fusing national security innovation with private capital, a $25 million venture fund co-founded by a government intelligence officer and serial entrepreneur, who's going to be my guest. Tuck School of Business National Security Innovation Conference at Dartmouth College on October 28th brought together early-stage venture capital, government, and academia. Their focus was on cybersecurity, energy, defense, and space, attempt to bridge the gap between government and venture capital innovation. So, with me is the co-founder and partner of New North Ventures in Manchester, Jeremy Hitchcock, who's in the studio and who earlier in his life started an internet performance management company known as Dyn in his college dorm room, and also founded an artificial intelligence-driven Wi-Fi management and Internet of Things security platform known as Minimum. He also found time to serve as a trustee of the Community College System of New Hampshire. So after all of that, welcome, Jeremy. Nice to have you.
Thanks for having me on the show, Fred, again.
Before I ask you about the significant gathering at Dartmouth College, and it was, you've been on track to bring together and fuse businesses with technology innovation for a long time. Where is this effort today with New North Ventures, which you head?
Yeah, so we're early days for us, but we're in Fund 1. We've invested in about 10 companies. Our plan in Fund 1 is to invest in about 20 companies. They're ranging from deepfake detection, designing the next generation semiconductors, helping fight financial cybercrime, but we're having a great time and continuing to invest in this theme.
And those companies are going to spread around the country?
Yeah, spread around the country, mostly East Coast based, Northeast, like Boston, where we have a great area of hard tech sciences, finance in New York, and also in the Northern Virginia area.
The Dartmouth College Conference in just late October focused on cybersecurity, energy, defense, and space. What were some of the takeaways? Because Dartmouth College is, a lot of people don't know, is very significant in terms of AI, for instance, which goes back further than most people think.
Yeah, no, it was a great call out of the blue this summer. One of the students at Tuck, Ali Kokis, wanted to put together a conference to bring these three stakeholder groups together, industry, academia, and government, to work on the next platforms of innovation. And people may not know, but Dartmouth has played a huge role in the development of the internet and actually around AI. There was a group of people that got together in 1956.
1956.
A long time ago, and they were together. This is Claude Shannon, information theory, an associate professor at Dartmouth that was leading some of the original AI work, and they got together over 8 weeks. We're a little short on that goal. I think we still have some work to do, but we're certainly a lot further along.
What, in particular, what kind of a company? You've got a company called Hawkeye 360, which is a company you've invested in. Just talk about that quickly.
Yeah, they're a great synthetic aperture radar company. So they're looking at using new ways of putting together satellites to do imaging, looking for agricultural, defense, government applications, and just a very different approach to how people are looking and observing the world, and a great example of where private and public working together can create wonderful things.
And as you know, the president just directed the government, our government, to take a sweeping approach to artificial intelligence, regulation in particular. The executive order sets new standards on security, privacy, protections for artificial intelligence, with reportedly some far-reaching impacts on companies. Just give us your reaction to that.
I mean, we're still all reading it over. They just came out, but I mean, a wonderful, I think, development in trying to understand both the guardrails and also the openness around innovation. It's difficult to legislate innovation. You don't know how it's going to impact.
Right.
But I think every business is thinking, how are they ingesting data? How are they ingesting artificial intelligence into their workforce and in their workplace, and how they do business? And I think this executive order really supports a lot of those new developments.
Jeremy Hitchcock, who is co-founder and partner at New North Ventures, based in Manchester. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice to have you here. If you missed part of this briefing on bringing private business together with government for national security, and let me repeat that, national security, you can go to WMUR.com, where it will be posted all this week.